pine forest hung thick and still, heavy with the scent of damp earth and decaying needles. Sarah and I had chosen this remote spot, miles from any marked trail, for a weekend of solitude. Our daughter, Lily, only 6, was asleep in her sleeping bag, a small mound of warmth in the center of our tent. Around midnight, a low hum disturbed the quiet. It wasn't the wind or the rustling of nocturnal creatures. It was a mechanical drone growing steadily louder. Sarah stirred, her eyes opening in the dim glow of the dying embers of our campfire. "What is that?" she whispered, her voice laced with unease. I peered out of the tent flap, my heart thudding against my ribs. The sound resolved into the unmistakable whine of an engine. A vehicle, impossibly, was navigating the dense woods. It was slow, deliberate, as if feeling its way through the darkness. Then, a single beam of light cut through the trees, sweeping across our campsite, lingering for a moment on our tent before moving on. It passed, and the silence returned, but it was no longer peaceful. It was the silence of anticipation, of something unseen lurking just beyond the perimeter of our firelight. We tried to dismiss it, telling ourselves it was just some lost hiker with a noisy ATV. But a knot of dread tightened in my stomach. We finally drifted into an uneasy sleep. I woke abruptly a few hours later, a prickling sensation crawling up my spine. The humming was back, closer this time, and the single headlight, a malevolent eye, was once again illuminating the clearing. But this time, it wasn't moving. It was stationary, pointed directly at our tent. My breath hitched. I reached for Sarah, her eyes snapping open at my touch. Silently, I pointed towards the light. Then I saw it. A shadow detached itself from the darkness beyond the headlight's reach. Tall, gaunt, it moved with an unnerving fluidity, like smoke uncoiling. It wasn't walking, it was gliding. It stopped just at the edge of the tree line, where the light cast long, distorted shadows. I couldn't make out features, only the unnerving impression of a form that wasn't quite human. It stood there, utterly still, and I had the horrifying certainty that it was watching us. Not just looking, but seeing into the tent, into our sleeping forms. A cold dread, unlike anything I'd ever experienced, settled over me. It felt ancient, malevolent. Sarah clutched my arm, her nails digging into my skin. Lily stirred in her sleep, a soft murmur escaping her lips. The shadow didn't react. It simply remained, an inky stain against the dim luminescence. Then, slowly, deliberately, a single skeletal finger lifted from its side. It pointed directly at our tent. The engine sputtered to life. The light swept across the clearing again, no longer searching, but illuminating for a final, terrifying appraisal. The shadow melted back into the darkness as the vehicle, a dark, anonymous shape, began to back away. Its engine a dying rasp. We didn't sleep again that night. We sat huddled together, listening to the forest, every snap of a twig, every rustle of leaves, sending tremors of fear through us. The sun rose eventually, chasing away the physical darkness, but the memory of that silent, pointing finger and the unnatural stillness of that shadow remained, a chilling imprint on our minds. We packed up our campsite in a frantic haste, the serene beauty of the wilderness, now a terrifying, haunted place. They found us, but they never found what we saw. The woods remember. And sometimes, in the dead of night, I still feel that ancient, malevolent gaze. If you hear a hum in the darkness, don't investigate, because some things are meant to stay hidden. I'm Aqeela, and this has been another tale from the Aqeela Files. Sleep tight if you can.